Lilac Kitty has all types of Reddit stories that will make you think, cry and laugh. Only real stories.
I snooped on my husband's phone and found out he is bi. We have been married for 5 years. My husband has different message tones for all his closest friends. Over the last weeks he has been texting a female friend. I think she got a text from her through the day and it was way above normal that I noticed it. He has also been very protective of his phone. He always used to leave it unlocked, would lend it to me if I wanted to do a quick search, but he has been with his phone. He never locks his phone and he always takes it with him wherever he goes. He had told me that at the start of their friendship 12 years ago he had feelings for her, but it was fleeting and they have a really strong friendship. I was feeling jealous and betrayed. I have been cheated on before and I still am a bit insecure about this. 2 days ago he had left his phone unlocked. I opened his messenger and his last message was, "I am good at hiding it." I should have just left the phone at the table and minded my own business, but that text confirmed all my fears and I couldn't stop myself from opening it to read. I regret it. He wanted to come out but was scared. He was scared of my reaction. He was scared that I would not find him attractive anymore and that we would have to get a divorce. He thought it was not worth coming out. I came to my senses and I kept his phone back on the table. My head is spinning a little. What do I do now? Should I tell him that I know and that it is okay? I feel terrible for hiding things from him. I want to apologize to him for snooping on his phone. I also feel a bit sad that he was more comfortable trusting her than trusting me, which is not very mature on my part. Would it be better if I tell him? I want to do what would make him happy, but I can't just ask him that. TLDR, I thought my husband was cheating. He was not. He is bi and wanted to stay in the closet, but now I know and I am freaking out how to deal with this. Update. I did not expect so many responses and I was a bit confused on what to do, but I guess most people in the community was telling me to give him space to process it himself and come out on his own terms. I took the advice to be generally supportive of the LGBTQA community without being obvious about it. I also spent some time reading about bisexuality. I did post a story on June 1st, but the best thing that happened was that his friend came out as bi herself. We follow each other on Instagram and she had made a post about it. I made a comment congratulating her and wishing her well. She did text me about a dinner and while we were chatting she thanked me for my support, and this wonderful woman gave me another opportunity to express my support and do it in a more personal way than a comment. He came out to me about a week ago. He was very nervous and still scared, and all I wanted to do was tell me that I knew, but from what I have read, letting people do it on their own terms were really important. He told me nothing would change. He just wanted me to know and he didn't want to hide a part of himself. It was okay. I told him nothing had to change. He was the perfect man for me and I loved him no matter what. He did ask me later if I knew and I came clean. I told him I saw. Apologized for it and cried a lot. He was upset but understanding. He even apologized for suddenly changing his behavior, which is bullshit, as I should have dealt with it a lot more maturely. It just hit just right spot of insecurity for me. Things are fine. He is happier and we are getting back to our old routines. TLDR, he came out. I confessed to snooping and things are okay. I think my marriage to my husband is over. I need help. This got really long, I'm sorry. If you make it to the end, bless you. My husband and I have been together for 16 years. We have 2 kids. It's mostly been a good relationship, with normal ebbs and flows. The past year has been pretty difficult on my end and I think I've reached my breaking point. I just want to make it clear before I start that my husband is a good man, and I do love him. I've been a stay-at-home mom for most of our marriage. It was out of necessity rather than desire on my part. My husband was working at building his business, and we needed the flexibility of me being home. I had a job I loved, but I didn't make much, and it just made sense at the time. I also homeschool our children because it works well for us. I did all the normal stay-at-home mom stuff: dinner, cleaning, laundry, bills, etc. He did help when needed and was never resentful of it. He worked very long hours and lots of weekends, but I supported him because owning his own business was his dream. About 3 years ago, I started to feel some fatigue from being the primary caregiver of our children. I wanted more, and our business was pretty stable, so we agreed that I'd go back to school. Our children are old enough now that schooling them is less hands-on, so again it made sense. I graduated with my 2-year degree last year and started nursing school shortly thereafter. This is when things started to get rough. Nursing school is a total time suck. It requires so much time and so much energy. We discussed the shifting of responsibility and how difficult this was going to be on all of us, and he said he was supportive. He started making snide comments about things he was doing at home, things I had always taken care of, things that I guess he just didn't realize I did. I tried to communicate with him, see what could be done to make things easier on him for this transition. He is not a good communicator though, so I didn't push, a mistake on my part. The comments started getting more frequent and meaner. We've never been mean to each other. It's just not how we fight. Or rather, hasn't been how we fight. He started getting resentful of the time I was up at school, or volunteering. I do volunteer quite a bit. Summer came and I thought things would get better. I got a job where I work a few days a week from 7 to 7. I love my job so much, and it's really nice to finally be able to contribute to our income. It's really empowering. Over the past few months, I've become a lot more independent. Historically, I've needed my husband a lot. I had some really serious depression after our kids, and I couldn't do much without him, like go to the doctor or grocery shop or whatever. Over the past 5 years, I've gotten that under control. Through nursing school, I've made a lot new friends that I like to spend time with. We grab quick dinners and sometimes head to the movies. This apparently bothers my husband, though he's never actually verbalized it. I started to come home from an activity, volunteering or a night out with friends, to rage on his part. He would yell at me, call me names, and say horribly hurtful things. He went through and read my text messages, trying to find something I'm doing wrong. My friend group is mixed female and male, and most are younger than I am. When I come home, I never know how he'll react. Last night was pretty bad. He stopped replying to my random "I love you" texts, and this morning didn't bother to say it back. He's hanging up on me, he's ignoring me, he's treating me really badly. He twists my words and ascribes them emotions that I'm just not feeling. I feel like I'm dying inside. Any self-esteem I've gained from following my dreams, he's crushing. While I don't think he's abusive, I feel a lot like I did when I was in an abusive relationship. Walking on eggshells, trying to test the room when I walk in. Afraid to do anything that might upset him, being overly nice so that he'll be nice back. To be clear, I'm home most nights. I might go out with friends once a week or twice, but once is during the day. Like this week, Sunday I went to dinner with a friend that was leaving for New York the next day. I was gone 2 hours. Monday I was home. Tuesday I was working all day, then went up to the school for midnight registration. Wednesday is my weekly volunteer day, and whoever is volunteering goes out for food after for about an hour. Today I'm working a short shift. Tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday I'm home. I'm just done. I'm so tired of feeling badly about myself. Like I'm doing something wrong. I've tried to talk about all of this 1,000 times. I never fight back when he's yelling at me or calling me names. I've suggested counseling, I'm going to therapy myself, but he's not interested. The problem is, I don't want my marriage to be over. I love him and I promised him forever. I don't break my promises. I just want things to go back to where they were a year ago. I need help. Thanks in advance. TLDR, my husband is resentful of positive changes that I've made in my life over the past year, which has led to him treating me terribly. I don't think I can do it anymore, but I don't want my marriage to be over. I don't know what to do.